Okay, here's something that just came out, and I think it should be talked about a whole lot. In Oslo, which is Scandinavian, it's up in Norway, on the peninsula there. It's right above Denmark and Sweden. So I really feel inclined to talk about it because it just came through there. I was in the Middle East, and I also traveled through. Had a really good time, made a lot of good connections there. So, but aside from that, so see, the story is it's really huge, but people are cutting it from different ways. See, here's the thing: they're saying 1,000 Muslims were getting together to make this statement, this symbolic statement, and what they did was join hands around a Jewish synagogue, which has been established as a synagogue. I don't know how long, but it's been there for a while, and it's in Oslo. Like I said, that's a city in Norway. Norwegian. I also know a lot of Norwegians. Hey, out there, if you're listening, Leif, Sigurd, various other people. Anyhow, um, and the Ring of Peace, holding their hands around synagogue, seems to be, and I think that they've stated this, is a direct response to some killings that just recently happened in Denmark, Copenhagen. I don't know the exact area, but this happened about just over a week ago. And it was a shooting, and they say it was some, happened to be a Muslim, and something about their radical beliefs and their expression of Muslim became so extreme that they happened to do a shooting. Not only that, I mean, this person came out of prison, so they had just been released after a long incarceration, and obviously something in their mind wasn't right. There was anger, and violence was taken into their own hands. They acted out violently, and they happened to also die as a result of that. And the funeral just happened several days ago, and I had also heard that people came out to the funeral in Denmark as a show of support for what the family is going through, because that person, as you know, individuals are not representative of friends or family or community or neighboring area around them. They could be totally going on their own path. So that's a very important point, because you can't judge all of everybody based on one person. You can't judge everybody. You cannot do that with Islam. You have to be very careful. You could put the pressure and the scrutiny and the analysis on Christianity just as easily right now, and maybe this is just a way to take the pressure and the attention off of Christianity, because to tell you the truth, I don't have a lot of good to say about Christianity or Christians right now. People who claim that they're Christian, in other words, claiming that they follow and obey and respect Jesus Christ. I don't see a lot of that. But let's get back to the story here, okay? Let's get back to the story. Let's not pull an Obama here so you can have some kind of foolish digression debate against me the way they do with Obama. I don't like radical, extreme bullshit in any case, whoever it comes from, and I can recognize it and see right through it, okay? Now, that's not to say that I don't stand for a point. If you explain your position, you need to stand for something, and you need to defend it. However, let's look at this. They are analyzing and attacking this apparently peaceful show of interfaith harmony between Muslims and Jews. People are attacking it. So let me give you one example. Breitbart organization, which comes from, I believe, comes from Andrew Breitbart, who was apparently suspiciously died of recent years, and he was sticking a thorn into Obama's side. So if you don't know about that, look him up, Andrew Breitbart. But Breitbart organization still goes on, and what they're doing is looking at the story, and they're debunking it. They're saying that this is a hoax. Oh, hoax of all hoaxes. I mean, what in the media isn't really a hoax when you stop to really look? But here's what they're saying. They say it was 20 Muslims. Alright, so you've got to go look at the photos, look at the video yourself. There's even, Associated Press has a video on there from the last 24 hours. Look at that. What Breitbart is trying to say, that was only 20 people. And it's a hoax to make us think that so many Muslims want to be in harmony with Jews. You can also see that there's Jews inside the synagogue who are aware and they're accepting the show of solidarity and interfaith connection there. You see that there's Jews there in the synagogue. There's more than 20 of them. I can see in one of the photos, unless it's totally photoshopped, you know, anything could be photoshopped. You really don't know. But it looks to me to be about 36 Jews who are in the front of the synagogue, and then there's a circle outside, and they know that that's going on. They're obviously a part of it. They want this show. But Breitbart, on the outside of all this, wants to analyze it and deny anything that, you know, saying it's a hoax, it can't be genuine, you know, this is just a small, tiny bit of Muslims trying to make cover for the whole fucking evil Islam empire. All that billion of people just fucking hate all the Jews and Christians and neocons and you know what I'm saying, those types, the banksters and the ignorant hillbilly motherfuckers that crawl out of the sewer. You know, they're, you know, of course they, you know, but, you know, who you're going to believe depends on what category you think you're in. You see, I'm not a Jew, Muslim, spick, chink, American, Yankee, gringo. I don't fit any categorization. So when I tell you something, it's not like Breitbart. Breitbart actually has an axe to grind. It's quite obvious. So in some cases, I might believe what they're putting out. But you see, it's not the means to an end. You have to do things in the right way. And what am I saying? I'm supporting the media symbolic figurative gesture that the Muslims are doing? Well, in a way, yes, I am. If they want to put forth showing an example, sending a message that they are in peace, they don't have any problem with Jews in Europe or the Middle East or Africa or Asia or wherever it might be, then so be it. They can do that. Now, why would I step back and look at that and just point the finger and say, you know, false, false, false? Well, who am I to do that? Who would do that? Somebody with an insane, irrational problem. They have an axe to grind. They have reasons. The thing is, the Muslims are all different. Like I told you, like Jews are all different. Like Christians are all doing. But if they come forth and say, we want to show you, by our choice, a side of the religion which is in harmony with the rest of the world. It's moderate. It's not something extreme, not something divisive, not something in violent opposition to whatever is outside of it. It's calling for harmony. Then you should just accept it as that. If you want to split hairs about how many people were there, hey, you can do that about anything. You say, oh, there's not that many people were at the Daytona 500, you know, and they photoshopped it, and oh, look at that movie. Remember when they did the movie with Exodus, with Christian Bale, and they showed you that thing, the ancient Egypt? There wasn't that many people in there. That's all CGI. You know, you can do this. You can split hairs about things, and that's the way technology is today. I've told you a million times. You can't just believe that as proof. A lot of these things are very tricky, but whether it was 20 or 1,000 Muslims involved in this publicity stunt, and I'm not saying publicity stunt in a way, it's just it got my attention, and you got your attention, you're watching it. It got over 20,000 views on Associated Press in one day, so it is a publicity stunt. It got a lot of publicity. But if you do something like that, then somebody on the outside, you've got to be sane enough to accept it for what it is. That's all I'm saying right now. It's in context of everything. This is a huge, larger picture of human nature and what we're thinking and who's causing harmony and who's causing more division and all this and that. But thank you for watching. I appreciate all your comments that you want to leave. I might disagree with you, or whatever it might be, but you are entitled to your opinion and to seek out what you think about it. Just like I'm entitled to say what I say as a starting point. Please leave your comments, because if you don't, that's also acceptable. Just keep watching. Thank you very much.